There has really only been one group of animals that has consistently dominated television, film, video games, and other media since the beginning of paleontology. Dinosaurs that weren't birds. Furthermore, they have obviously earned their reputation as an icon, so this isn't a jab. However, their notoriety has caused people to forget that there have been other grotesque and occasionally inconceivable animals throughout Earth's lengthy history, which we will examine today. We are collaborating with Animated Earth to do that, which is a channel that, as its name suggests, creates amazing animations and illustrations that contribute to the creation of new paleontological images. I didn't mean to pun. You can locate them in the description below if you like what you see. Well, let's get right to the point. For more than 170 million years, the non-avian dinosaurs dominated the planet, giving rise to numerous giants, some of which resembled legendary creatures. Consider the enormous T-Rex, which weighed more than 7 metric tons and had jaws so powerful they could literally crush. But even the herbivorous dinosaurs were then fully equipped. Ceratopsians had fortified frills and enormous, deadly horns that allowed them to fend off predators and shield their defenseless young, while living tanks like the Ankylosaurus had enormous club tails. The long-necked ceropods, such as the Argentinosaurus, were the largest dinosaurs. These men lacked hardened armor and spikes, but their bodies were so large that they didn't require them. Therefore, in contrast to modern animals, enormous dinosaurs may appear to be the most dreadful animals in the history of evolution. They were not the only not-so-little nightmares to surface, though, as I mentioned. The Cerasuchus, also called the giant croc, was one such genuinely dreadful animal that actually coexisted with them 112 million years ago. This ancient crocodile was around 12 meters long, weighed up to 8 metric tons, and had a broad snout with more than 100 enormous conical teeth that were ideal for snagging prey. Possessed incredibly strong jaw muscles as well, which enabled it to clamp down with an estimated 18,000 pounds of force. Cerasuchus was an apex predator that was feared by many and scared of almost nothing, even in a world where huge dinosaurs ruled. Its main feeding grounds were freshwater environments like lakes, rivers, and swamps, and it mostly consumed fish. Larger specimens, however, might have even hunted crocodilians, including dinosaurs. Cerasuchus may have mass in these often muddy conditions due to its massive bulk. In dense undergrowth and shallow water, where it calmly awaited the approach of its prey to the water's edge. Then, when an animal stooped to drink, it would have sprang out of hiding, snarling its enormous teeth and crushing the unfortunate creature with a bite that was truly terrible. I'll turn it over to Animated Earth immediately. In contemporary South America, a similarly dreadful reptile slithered over marshes and lush jungles. This river monster was the biggest snake ever, not a gigantic crocodile. Titanoboa, the forest monarch, was found. Titanoboa is one of the longest and scariest swamp monsters ever recorded, standing 13 meters tall. It may have consumed fish, turtles, and crocodilians during its 60 million year existence in Colombia's lowland tropical region. According to paleontologists, Titanoboa hunts similarly to contemporary anacondas. It ambushed its prey from muddy underbrush and shallow ponds in the early morning or at night. It might have bitten and immobilized its prey with its powerful jaws. Then it curled its body around its victim, suffocating them with strong muscles. Lastly, Titanoboa probably ingested its victim completely. Its extremely flexible jaw structure made it possible for its mouth to open particularly wide, making it ideal for consuming enormous animals like ancient crocodilians. Some terrifying semi-aquatic giants have emerged as a result of reptilian development over time. However, the primordial oceans on Earth were home to far more deadly creatures. Mosasaurus was a massive marine predator that grew up to 15 meters long during the Cretaceous epoch. But according to other estimates, they got even bigger. Mosasaurus had a huge body, scaly skin, and enormous teeth, giving it the appearance of a marine dinosaur. In reality, however, it was a closer relative of squamate reptiles, such as snakes and lizards. Its predecessors lived along the water's edge before Mosasaurus took over the oceans. They fed in the shallows and probably came ashore for things like sleeping and mating. They evolved flippers, streamlined bodies, and strong tails to propel themselves through the water as they adapted to life at sea. The water. The majority lived on continental shelves or in vast inland seas, where they